stream. We had a bit of delays and still having some. Real life gets in the way of fun life. That's where we are. But we want to quickly say thank you to the Forge for letting us use their services. It's been great to host it over there. If you guys need Foundry services hosted, check out the Forge. And without further ado, either one of you want to take away what's going on in your streaming world?
Sure. Not a lot. Man, life gets busy. I've been watching lots of people. Been watching I've been watching UDM. I've been watching Table Nights. My normal 20 something people that I watch. Just scroll back and forth through them and just really enjoy watching people create content and just love everything about what people are putting together.
Sounds good. Matt?
Very much enjoying your Miasma Chronicles and your
Want to get
your
back into that?
your Warhammer 40K stuff. Really
Thank you.
enjoying that.
That's been a fun one too.
I have not done a lot of streaming either. I've had very ridiculous long days. And I don't know, man, like tabletop role playing is fun. I love it. And sometimes being a GM is fun. There's a lot of work. And sometimes when I don't know, when you've got a new chapter coming up or when you've got the end of a chapter coming up and there's just like so many things to like pull together. I've spent at least 3 days this week of 8 hours of prep each.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I feel real exhausted. And so I've taken a little bit of leave from the whole streaming thing while I've had so much. And but when I am streaming, I have a picture. I'm growing a picture of what I think maybe I want to do, right? So I'm really enjoying doing this whole sort of rage quit game kind of thing with Dishonored. Um, and so I I want to do that, and I'm probably gonna be doing that tomorrow. Get back into that. Um, I um I like doing these escape things with the room, and so I'm going to be finishing off uh, number 3 and going on to number 4. And um, you know, playing with other people. So wherever Lady Vengeance and I, or you and I, or whatever you guys and I can do stuff, I want to, whatever that looks like, I want to. And I've got this like thing in the back, right? Which is, well, there's 2 things in the back. One of them is Risk, because Risk has an amazing community, and whenever I stream Risk, I either get a whole ton more followers, or I get subscribers, or I get something out of it. And so there's this side of me that goes, I don't want to be streaming Risk all the time, but when I do, wow, right? And then the other thing is, I want to be digging up games, so many games that I've played but I haven't finished. And I want to be finishing them on stream. Now there's too many. There's way too many to be able to do them all. So I figure like starting with the Dishonored, and doing that series is a really good place to start. But like Enderroll's like a 150-hour game. I really would love to be able to do that. Like, come on, like, and I've only done like maybe 30 hours of it, and it's brilliant, right? I would. So it's like I want I want to maybe do something like that. I don't know where I'm going to start outside of Dishonored, but I have all of these games that I want to finish. That I want to, even if I just like go main story only, all right, or I do main story, main quest kind of thing. Um, Maybe that's a pathway. I want to do Cyberpunk because I haven't actually finished that game. I want to do Skyrim because I haven't actually finished that game. I've done so much, right? I've done hours and hours and hours. I want to do Fallout like 4, which I haven't finished, which I've done hours and hours and hours. But like officially, the credits haven't rolled. And I just have so many games like that. I want to do that. So I don't know what that's going to look like. Maybe you can advise me. I don't know.
Well, did I tell you what I did in Cyberpunk 2077?
What?
I spent 40 hours doing side quests and entry content before actually doing the prologue where you go with Jackie to get the chip slotted.
Okay.
40 hours of side content prior to that. And it wasn't like I was wasting time. I was exploring the whole area, and I was doing all the side quests I could. I easily got 40 hours of gameplay before doing the prologue.
Wow.
And this is like right when it came out that I did that.
Okay. Yeah, man.
And like people don't realize like how much content is actually there.
Yeah. And this is like all of these games, right? There's so much you can do, and you just get distracted.
That's
You're
that's
like,
the issue
oh,
with
this thing, and then
Skyrim
you
and
go there,
Fallout,
and then before you know it, you've spent like,
like it's
50, 60, 70, 100, 150
I've
hours,
been in
and you're
this for
not
over
even
100
anywhere
hours
near
and we
the
didn't
end.
finish the game. What
Right?
happened?
And then another game comes out, and then you like get all excited, and you go to that, and then by the time you've done that once or twice, the game that you were about to finish, or that, you know,
Yep.
it's been 2 or 3 years, or 4 or 5 years, or 6 or 7 years,
Yep.
and then you're like, where did this time go? And you load up your character, and you go, I don't even know where I was anymore.
You got it, man. You got it. Exactly that.
Hello, Paul.
Exactly that.
Raven.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
What I miss?
Everything.
Rat.
We actually just we just finished the epilogue. You did catch what I said about your character happening during the epilogue, right?
Damn it! Howdy, Raven.
Cannot hear you at the moment, but good to have you. What about you, DM?
Yes, you are very important as well. We need to know
What's already been said by Azrael, what he's checking it out. I was doing Miasma Chronicles. That's been a blast.
Oh, it's such a great game.
The 40K
Do you want to
stuff's
plug
been fun.
what we've been doing with Beginner Box as well, since we're
I was about
up to episode 3?
We're actually going to not do the normal stream on Monday that we've been doing Dark Tide because we're going to be potentially, hopefully, maybe not, finishing up the beginner box, or at least close to it, on Matt's channel. So we've been trying out Pathfinder 2, doing the beginner box, and it's been awesome. And to make it easier on Matt, I actually spent the money to get the pre-built module because I didn't want him to put more on him. As you heard, he has a lot on him. But I didn't know Pathfinder well enough to feel like I could just jump in and run it without having experienced it some and understanding it better. And so I asked him, and he was kind enough to grace us with his time to do so. I hope the beginner box module has saved you a good bit of time, though, because I didn't want to put more on you.
It's been super easy, man.
Okay.
It's been super chill. Yeah.
It's been a blast. I really do like Pathfinder 2, and I really wanted to get a feel for it and how it works for my home game, for my son's education, actually, because we had been doing some 5e stuff, and I think Pathfinder will actually be better for that as well. And just potentially other games online. And so he's done a great job of it. It's been a major blast. I actually even got my wife in on it, and she's actually said she's had some fun with it. Go figure. Like, I mean, she's most stuff like that. She's like, and she's like, actually looking forward to it. It was kind of fun. It's like,
Your wife was
Yeah.
looking forward to playing a
Pathfinder.
tabletop role-playing.
Pathfinder Second Ed, yeah, beginner box, yeah,
Beginner box.
yeah.
Your partner was looking forward to playing
Yeah.
a tabletop role-playing game.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
a lucky fucking man.
Yeah.
Well, I've been telling her, like, she's had issues trying to get my son to learn some, right?
Mhm.
Legit, he's a boy, a young boy.
Yeah.
Very energetic, right?
Mhm.
I easily got him to start doing math when I showed him how he needed to use it for D&D.
Yeah.
And out of the blue, he starts doing math. Exactly. And so I'm trying to encourage her that I know it's not her natural state of being, it's not what she's used to.
Yeah.
But if she's willing to check it out and put some work in on it, that is a really good way to get him into doing these other things because he sees the value in them into something he wants to do. Exactly. Practical application is a great learning tool. And it's fun to him. It has to be connected to that fun, enabling him to play and have fun. And so, yeah, it's been fun. She says it makes more sense to her than the other ones did. And it's more simple to her and basic. So it's like, okay, cool. So that's been one of the other issues is they seemed more complicated to her, and she's not as familiar with them. So this has been better because it's simpler. So, yeah, it's good. It's good. Raven Dimension, welcome. How are you?
Oh my God, we have 5 people.
It's been a while.
As long as I don't get called away for more wedding stuff, I think we're done. But at this point, I have no idea.
How'd that go?
My sister's happy. That's what matters.
Did you cry?
Absolutely.
Good.
Just a little bit, but yeah. My baby sister's not my baby sister no more.
I understand that one.
She's 12 years younger than me, so it's been coming, but it was a whole thing. So
Understandable. Well, what's going on in your streaming stuff? We were just going over that.
Finally started The Witcher. Yes, now that the wedding is over, I'm getting with Jarl and seeing when he's available. Because Jarl is actually doing a funeral for the beard whenever I shave it. So once we have that scheduled and work out the logistics of how it's going to work, and I get everything set up, we'll be announcing the date, and then it'll all be coming off very, very soon.
You're nervous,
Poor
aren't
beard.
you? You're nervous.
I'm in a weird position. Like I'm not looking forward to it because I know how I'm going to look when it's gone. But I've also I think that working in that negative 42 degree freezer for a year has just dried my skin out really bad.
Yeah.
My chin's been really dry and my head's been really dry, like way, way drier than normal. And it doesn't matter what oils or lotion I put on, especially my beard, it's not fixing it. So I'm not looking forward to being without the beard, but I'm also looking forward to a fresh start where I can take really good care of it and just like fix my skin and be fresh and new and regrow up better. And I'm out of that job, so hopefully that I won't have to have that dryness anymore. Hopefully.
Cool. Any feedback on the new position? And that starting.
Supposed to start Tuesday. I got a text message from my boss today.
Okay.
I thought I finished all of my e-learnings last week or this week.
Oh.
And he finally texted me today and he was like, I still show you have like 82 more to go.
Oh,
I'm like,
boy, 82.
I'm like, I worked like 6 hours on
Wow.
Tuesday on all of that. And I don't show anything due on my side that I can see that's not like on the job training. Like I have some on the job training stuff that I
Right.
have to do assessments for after I work so many hours, but I can't find anything else that's e-learnings that I see that I'm supposed to do. So I sent him screenshots of what I'm seeing on my phone. I need to look it up on the computer as well and send him screenshots of that. But just being like, it only shows me 11 due, and they're all like on the job training and then assessments later.
Yeah.
Like,
this is what I see. You tell me why I'm not seeing what I need to see.
Well, that's the thing, right?
Exactly.
Like there's some disconnect. Well, hopefully that gets sorted out and you start the new one and it's awesome, man.
Well, I'm planning on going in Tuesday either way, even if he has to just be like, okay, here's where you find the 82, sit at this computer and do them, and we'll all be out of the warehouse.
Right.
Or, I mean, even if he shows me where to find them and sends me home like he did last Tuesday, or I went in last Wednesday, and he just got me signed up, and he was like, you can go home and do these and just write down what time you start and what time you finish. So I just sat at my computer all day and did e-learnings, and just chilled out. And like I said, I thought I got them all done, but if he does that Tuesday and shows me where to find them and sends me back home, I'll just clock that as time and sit at my computer all day Tuesday and do more e-learnings. But
I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
As far as stream, I'm so ready to get back into The Witcher. I started The Witcher 3 last Sunday, and oh my goodness, it is beautiful. Playing on the PC is it's a whole new experience. I started so get this. I don't know if the universe is just like making fun of me or what, but I start The Witcher 3, right? I started up on the PC and I'm going through and I'm checking like the graphical settings and the audio settings and things like that. I'm just scrolling through and I'm like, a lot of this says low on the graphics settings. And I look up and everything's there's a bar of presets at the top and everything's set to low. And I'm like, why would I want to play this on low on the PC? So I told Chad, because I waited to open the game until I was streaming because I wanted everyone to see the reactions.
It was good that you did that. Yeah.
And I set it to ultra and I was like, let's just give this a shot. I was like, I don't know if this will work. We're going to give it a shot. And it ran smooth the whole time. It's beautiful. It's nice. The Witcher 3 is way more difficult than the other two. Especially the second one, but I played the second one on the easiest difficulty. I'm playing this one. I think it's called like Blood and Broken Bones, I think is the mode I'm playing on.
That sounds like the hardest level.
It is not the hardest level. It is actually not I think there's 2 more levels above that I was afraid to mess with.
Yeah.
But what makes this one really hard and something I'm having to get used to is I don't automatically heal. Like the first Witcher and the second Witcher, when you weren't in combat, even if you were in combat, when you if you weren't actually fighting, you were kind of running, but there was things chasing you, your health bar would slowly move up a little bit. It took forever, but it moved up. This one doesn't unless I eat, drink potions, or meditate. My health does not go up anymore. And it's gotten me either killed a couple of times already or very close to it because I'll get into another fight and I'm like, crap, I forgot I don't have full health yet.
Get good.
But I mean, your face with the graphics on that, man, was great. That's why I suggested it, and I'm glad you did, because it was good. Like, just your...
When I was watching a cutscene, and it was a guy with his hood up and kind of leaned down, and it was pouring rain, and I could see individual rain droplets falling off the edge of his hood, I was just like, this completes my life.
Right. So that's the shift you went from for your laptop to that. I knew it needed to be captured on stream because you're not going to have that shock experience between the two again. And so you needed to capture that. Since you brought your stream in, your, community in on getting that, I knew that would be a good way to thank them and catch that moment.
And we played Pico Park last Wednesday with like 6 other streamers. That was just glorious chaos. I have never sweat so bad, I don't think, playing a game that wasn't like an Oculus game, a VR game, or like a Wii game where you're physically moving. I've never sweat like sitting at a keyboard or sitting with the controller in my hands as much as I did trying to play Pico Park with 6 other people. Like I lifted my hands off the keyboard and just, my wrists were just soaked from just sweat, just because like the tension was so high trying to finish those levels. I think we're gonna try to get that same group or most of that group back together in a couple weeks or so, or maybe a month, depending on when we all become friends again after all of that, and try to finish it, because I think we have like 12 levels left before we complete the full game. So yeah, it was a ton of fun. But
People
we
don't know how
refer
to
to
play
it as being like
Tetris.
Monopoly.
Can't believe
You're
people
telling
don't
me,
know how to play.
you are telling me
Oh,
Tetris with 6 other people that don't know how to play.
that was painful to watch.
If you don't know what Diamondx is talking about, there's at least 2 levels in Pico Park where you have to play Tetris, but you all have to work together. So we had 7 people trying to play Tetris on the same board with pieces falling at the same time, trying to make you have to make like 10 lines to complete the level. So it was rough.
That sounds
Exactly,
unpleasant.
Matt. Exactly.
No.
Well, keep it up, man. That's awesome. Raven, it's been a while, good sir. How are
It
things?
has. It has.
Really good to hear your voice.
Yeah, I had the wrong mic setting. Yeah, it's everything's just been busy. Surgery. My baby's always distracting in a good way. Yeah, tonight he just didn't want to go to sleep. He fell asleep 4 times, and 3 of the times he decided to startle himself awake somehow.
Mm-hmm.
It was like first his bottle emptied, so I went to give him some more, but he didn't want any more.
Mm-hmm.
Then he fell asleep again, and he punched himself awake.
Yeah.
He slapped himself, and then I don't know. Third time he just startled awake each time, and then I was next to him the whole time, and he just fell back asleep. Finally, 4th time, he's still asleep, and it's been a while. So
Hopefully he stays that way. On that, given my experience with my kids, if they got a little bit overtired when they were going to sleep, their body would start relaxing and they would start flinching when they started going to sleep because their body was finally relaxing, and so that caused that, and they can actually flinch themselves awake.
yeah, we used to have I guess it's a sleep sack before, but he is because he can roll over, we can't keep his arms in, so we have to have his arms out now. Because he does roll over. He's woken himself up and rolled over.
What you can do is, if he's rolling over and you want to leave him in the sleep sack for him to sleep better, what you can do is put him in the sleep sack and put a rolled up blanket on either side. So you have a roll on either side so that he can't roll over.
I think he would be able to get around that because he just kicks and moves and everything. We've had him in a lounger while watching him to sleep, and he's gotten out of that somehow.
Oh wow!
And that's essentially, he's
okay.
he's strong and enough
I
that he can flip himself out.
my
He's
suggestion
mobile.
was based on one
Yeah.
of my kids, not the other one of my kids. So I knew there's a chance it wouldn't work, but it worked for the
But
one
yeah,
a bit, not for the other.
but he can lift up his neck, so
Good.
if he does flip over, he can't get back over. He can only go halfway onto his stomach, but he can lift up his head and he starts screaming, and then we hear
Yeah.
him. So
Sleeping on his stomach is actually not a bad thing if he's well adjusted and everything.
he's not quite there. His arms
Okay.
aren't strong enough, but he's getting there. So we have to keep an eye on him.
Like, we thought it might be a problem based on what some people told us, and then we found out as long as they're healthy and everything's right, they sleep better that way sometimes. They just need to be able to have their arm and leg out in front of them so they're not fully pressed down. They're slightly angled.
Yeah, he's still in the sleep sack because if he's sleeping, he doesn't roll over. It's only when he's awake
Okay.
because it requires some coordination still. That's why he does.
Right.
But he's getting better at it.
Okay. Well, cool. Glad he's healthy and well. That's an important thing. So,
Yeah, it is.
welcome back. Let's jump into the epilogue tonight. Welcome everyone to tonight's epilogue. The night escape is happened and underway. Who wants to recount what has happened last session and where we find you all tonight?
I'll do it.
Go for it.
I'll try. No, okay. So it was touch and go. I'll say that it was definitely touch and go. What we did is we decided that it's a good idea that like I asked FaZe, hey, open the door. We want to go in and get our bodies back because that's where we are. He's like, are you sure? There's lots of people in here. I'm like, I don't know that you want to go in there and do this. But I was like, yeah, we kind of want him back. So what we did, by the way, Zid is not here. He no longer has he's not a meat sack. Like he has no meat sack. He's not in what's the word? Corporeal? Yes, that. So he is watching us from above. Literally. So what happens is we get into combat and it's not going too well. We start taking lots of damage. Doc goes in and tries to grapple a few times and doesn't work out very well, and he gets knocked down. Like takes too much damage, and he starts rolling death saves, and so I go in there and I drag him out, and eventually we end up stabilizing him, and he's out of combat, but he's not dead. He's still alive, so that's a positive. But the Seamus and Blackstone, they're just taking a pummeling, and they finally decide to take the token from Doc that does the chemical gas, and it's a sleep gas, and it works just like we wanted it to. Knocks everybody out and at various points. We get through the combat. We didn't have to kill anyone. Nobody died. Everybody just went to sleep. So we got through that. And after we got through that, or while we were in the middle of combat, actually, we noticed that Doc stops breathing and his heartbeat goes away. And we're like, what the fuck? And then, like, Seamus and I are flanking the door because the gas is still in there. And about a minute later, Seamus drops. No breathing, no heartbeat. And I'm like, what the hell? And then a few seconds later, Black Stone drops. And then we wake up in cryostasis pods. And we have our bodies back. I hop out. I hop out of the pod, and I don't really have any cryo sickness, thank goodness, because I'm good like that. And I notice that I have a metal arm now, and I'm over the moon, overjoyed, just like overcome with emotion, just to have my body back. I find Seamus. Seamus is doubled over. He's going through some cryo sickness, and then we find. I want to say we find Doc. Yes, we find Doc next, and he's going through the same thing, but they get over it pretty quick, and then we look for Zid. We find his body, and that feels like everything. And I think that's where we left. I think that's where we left off. I probably missed a few things, but that's what I remember.
Yeah, no, you did fairly well. It was a crazy combat.
Yeah.
And you guys made progress and got your bodies back, which was fun.
Oh, that's my wife taking my dogs out. Don't pay attention to it.
Okay, well, I had to mute for a second because the dog started drinking water in here and makes lots of noise. Yeah. So you guys were finally back in your real bodies, and you're able to go from there and decide how you want to exit the premises. Did you want to release everyone else? Did you not? You're all there. You're all cybered up.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Doc,
my
you
glasses,
have your body.
but my glasses don't have my mods in them. My smart glasses don't have any cyber mods.
That's actually one of the complications we found. I had saved your characters with all the cyberware,
Yep.
and one of the updates broke all the cyberware.
Oh boy.
So yes, all cyberware was purged on me, and I'm not happy about that.
Okay. I gotta find my notes then.
Yeah.
Did you put it in that web app? Like the
Yeah, but
app?
but it stopped working, so I don't have it.
Okay.
Well, on that front, since our lovely viewers didn't get to partake in your cyberware directly, if you want to repurchase, rebuild, restructure your character any for chapter 2, that is when we can talk about it and do that.
Okay.
So if you decided, hey, I think this actually would have fit my character better for cyberware than this that I got, well, we have to redo cyberware anyways, so.
Okay.
We know that Doc has a subdermal pocket.
Yeah.
If that helps any.
Yeah, we knew that part.
So, as
yes.
far as how we get out, right? Like, so,
Yeah.
do we still have actually two options? It seems like, because we've found out a lot more about the resistance and stuff like that, and I seem to remember something saying no, there's not a second exit anymore or something. I seem to remember someone saying that, or I'm just not sure what's real right now.
I don't remember hearing there wasn't a second exit, but I don't. I'm pretty sure that, like, given all the chaos and everything, we're just gonna go out the front door.
I think we had talked about trying that last session,
Mhm.
at least kind of going to see what's up there.
Okay.
Just to see if it's a viable option or not. You know, maybe not just running up there, getting ourselves mowed down or anything, but just checking to see if it's it's a viable option or not.
Well,
We
maybe
act like we're sorry. Go ahead. It's fine.
maybe we can also like just like look down the corridors that we have, right, and see to our minds, to the maps that we've made, to all of the prep that we've done in getting everything ready, is how far is each exit from us? Like, what, you know, is it one way is one exit, the other way is one exit? Like, can we get some sort of semblance of what we know based on where we are?
Yeah, so if you want to look at the map, I can reactivate that for you.
Cool.
You guys can go ahead, wander around, explore. It's not totally done, but at least we'll give you the ability to wander around, check things out, talk amongst yourself what you want to do. I need to go figure out what's going on with the other dog, because one of them's acting like a total idiot and waking up the kids, so I need to sort that out before the kids don't sleep. So
Yeah.
go ahead and plan amongst yourselves, take a little run around the map. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm outside the wall. I don't know where anything is.
Okay.
Oh, there's me. Okay.
I'll be right back, and I
Mhm.
don't think I have any notes because I put them all online. So, oh well. I'll have to rebuild him. Probably I know his equipment, so I'll start off with his equipment, and then I'll rebuild him the gear wise, I guess. So
Where should I go?
Okay. Okay.
We hadn't opened any other pods in here yet, right?
Correct.
Before we
Yeah.
started hearing about these guys coming down the corridors.
Yeah, when we tried to do that, you discovered that there needed to be like a programming thing or something, and you weren't able to like just do it without any like without having more like
Gotcha.
stuff. At least that's what I remember, but
Yeah, I think basically I couldn't just go up to these tanks and start releasing people.
there was
needed to
some
be done from
setting
a
or
computer.
something. Yeah. It was like there was a message and it sort of said, warning, this person has, not been decoupled.
Yeah, I
Doing
remember.
this might be dangerous. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
I think that was whenever I'd gone to the computer, and I was gonna do something, but then something happened.
Yeah. I'm just taking a look around and seeing what I can see.
It's for lots of people out here.
Yeah, I think we're just doing this for the sake of knowing what our maps
Okay.
have said, like have shown rather. So yeah, we're just getting a little bit familiar with what our characters know by just walking around a space. Oh man.
Can't get to that door.
All right. Yeah, so apparently he was actually waking up and keeping up my son.
Oh wow.
Does anyone want a dog?
Ah,
I can ship him to
I
you
got
whole
one.
or in pieces at this point. All right, where'd we get to? What's the plan? And I am sorry about
well, we're just like looking around the space to see what our characters know about.
that. Is it small enough?
Sure.
You've made it about a third of the way, from what I can see.
Would you be able to ping for us where both of the exits are?
So one of them would be through the natural caves that you wouldn't have that. The other one would be out this door over here if it wants to ping. For some reason it doesn't want to ping.
I can't open any of the doors.
Oh yeah, a lot
I
of
assume
doors
that's
are
I
locked.
assume that's normal. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's nothing in the rooms.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to furnish everything,
Yeah,
okay?
God.
We only see what is pertinent for our information.
Well, for some reason I can't ping. It's not working. Am I hitting the wrong control mat?
It's just hold left click.
Okay, there it finally went. I'd done that a couple times.
Hang on, let me. Where is it? I had to back all the way out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see anything.
Oh, it's on the far right.
Far right.
Right.
Okay.
Well, that's no bueno.
This one will eventually lead over to it, but the most direct route is on the other side.
And do we know? Do we know? Like you said, the tunnels. Tunnels we don't have access to, but do we know? Is there a direction on the map that we know that goes where the tunnels are?
You know your storage is out the door here. Into that area that then had a natural cavern, if I can get my mouse to cooperate with me and ping. So that is where the exit was to your natural storage. That's the door, and then through that was that reach into the natural storage in the hall leading further on into the old complex.
So I'm like not seeing that. Okay.
South of the room you're in, along the hall.
Okay. It's a long way to get to the normal exit then, right?
Yeah. Either one takes quite a bit. And that's why I asked, are you planning on releasing everyone, or are you...
Based on what we know and what we've seen, I'm not sure Zid would be wanting to do that anymore. Like we didn't really see in our heads how many people were here. We're sort of like, oh yeah, we can probably release a few people before we leave.
A few.
And this is like, oh my lord, I don't know how anyone else feels, but Zid's like, oh no, we can't release this many people. Maybe there's a computer override somewhere, but we don't have access to a computer that does that right now.
You hadn't technically went back into the room out front and checked the computers there.
I was actually going to go do that.
That is what Blackstone had considered
Yeah.
doing at the end of last session.
I'd very much like to do that.
It's also where Seamus is headed right now.
Okay.
I'm literally walking over all the sleepy bodies right now.
Well, but they're not sleepy bodies anymore, right?
Oh, no,
They are right now. But you know that it's
Didn't
not
they wake up?
not yet. They will be shortly. You guys do know that.
Okay.
So I'm standing at one of these terminals, and I think that I would like to do.
Well, see, there's this problem. You don't know the login as you go to the computer.
Okay.
So I need you to roll a luck roll. Basically, roll a d10 and roll at or under your luck. Mr. Lucky Bones.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's fine. Just slash red d10.
Yep. Well, that'll do it. This one, actually, the person didn't have time to lock as they ran away from their computer. It seems like someone interrupted their workflow, and so they didn't lock their computer in time.
Who would that be?
I don't know. He's over asleep in the corner, so you can go wake him up and ask him if you
By the way, where we left off, Sid was in a real rough shape, and FaZe was there, and I could barely even see him, and I couldn't really talk very well. Is that kind of still where Sid's at? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
The FaZe or Shadow?
it was... Was it FaZe? I think it was Shadow.
I don't even know. Whoever it was.
Anyway.
Alright. Cool.
And I think technically they hadn't found you yet.
The party haven't, no.
Right.
Okay. So I think that's what I was gonna. I think that's one thing that I was gonna do when I was like trying to break in.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to check the terminal for that, is what you had said.
Yeah, I was.
Okay. So let's have you do a library search.
Okay.
Because you have access to the library now.
Well, no, well, there's that, but like, I need to like all the stuff that, or all the skills didn't carry over from my.
Oh,
my
just
meat puppet.
pop open your
Yeah, I'm
other
just gonna-
character
I am.
sheet.
Yeah,
You have access to both. If you look
I
to
do.
the
Yeah, I do. I'm looking at both right now.
south, your old characters are in your room.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have your old
I'm just
characters
making
in
sure
your
I got the
room, if
right
that's easier.
things. Okay. Yeah, I didn't change anything. So now that I have my tech scanner, I get a +2 to all my tech rolls.
I should get rid of that now.
Guess what? Oh wait.
17.
You find that his chamber has been released. So he's not currently in cryo.
Okay.
Cryo status emptied.
All right.
What were you saying, Doc?
I found my Excel sheet with all my starting equipment.
Oh, cool.
But I don't have access to the gear, so I'll send it to you later.
Okay. Yeah, we can do it after, too, and I can always pull it up. I'm just frustrated because we had them all built with all the cyberware, and it was saved, and the update broke all the cyberware.
I do remember, like, so on the app, like the Cyberpunk Red app, I actually built my character on that app, so I can go back and reference that at least. So you only have 2 to worry about.
Well, there's some other things that can be done with that too, so we'll get to that in a moment, though.
Yeah, it's fine. So I think that. All right, so he's out of cryostasis, but he's still in the pod.
You're not sure. You just know that
Okay.
cryo has been.
Is there like, if I do like electronic security tech, can I like pop it?
You can't. You can check the status on it, and you actually see that it says it's currently open.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Pod
so
is open.
Pod is open. So I will take that information and I will head in.
You can see the designation of where it's at, and then try to figure out where that is in here. You'd have to probably use a deduction roll to figure out their numbering system.
Yep. I would very much like to do that then.
Okay. Deduction.
Let's do that. So 613. Make sure it's not this. Make sure it's the same. It is. I haven't added anything, so we'll do. Wow, that was a lot. Damn.
So yeah, you're able to figure
What
out
am
how
I-
they numbered it fairly quickly, and you know that he is back there in the room.
Seamus. Where our boy is.
As you are kind of searching through this computer, at some point you hear Seamus kind of walk through the door, and maybe you glance up and see Seamus walk over to his meat sack, and he pulls off some of the meat sack's equipment, specifically the armaments, and he's gonna take the heavy energy pistol, and he's going to begin systematically walking to each of the guards and finding a spot where their helmet isn't, or like a weak point in their helmet, and just blasting these guards that are passed out.
Oh, cold.
And then, like, as you get done and as you get done and you come walking back towards and say something about finding Zid, Seamus just looks at you and says, I take it that computer was open?
It was. They
Right.
They got
And he just
interrupted.
walks past you and goes back to that computer.
Have at it.
And he is going to search for a name.
Okay.
He is going to search for Rose. What do I need to roll for that?
Library search.
Ooh, that's not a strong suit. All right, let me reset my luck because I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna use some here. 15.
It takes you a bit, but you're able to find it. You find that her status is assignment is what do you call it? Classified. Location, Night City HQ.
Shite, she's not here. At that point, Seamus is gonna look over to Blackstone, kind of like walking through the door to heading towards the pods. And he is going to see what he can do to click through and just start opening pods.
Well, let's have you do a deduction or search of some sort like that for checking the computer file. That works.
18.
You're able to figure out their system a little bit, and you find that they have a emergency purge all feature.
And Seamus will do his best to activate that.
You all
So
he-
purge all. Sorry. Purge all meaning like let everybody out, or purge all meaning flush the bodies.
does he check?
I would very much do the check.
That's a question for Seamus.
Seamus, do you want to like destroy everybody, or do you want to
Well-
free everybody?
Remember, you walked off.
I do, but like
Seamus would check. Knowing that Zid's still in there, Seamus would check. He's not trying to kill
Yeah.
Zid.
So it's a purge in the sense of there's a issue in the system, release everyone, like an emergency, open up, release everyone. Break the system.
Then yes, Seamus would do that.
You guys hear an alarm start going off. And all of a sudden you start hearing almost like a machine gun of some sort or something, as all these doors just start popping open.
Hey, Chooms. Oh, is anyone out there?
Hey, buddy, right here.
Well, you're actually a ways away at the door, so you'd hear him kind of like hollering to you.
I'm calling out. Yeah, I'm calling out.
Am I close to him?
You're a few
Closer
rows
to
away.
me.
You can kind of see him potentially moving through like
Zid is
small
crawling.
areas, but
He's-
he's been through a bit.
I'll head over to him.
Okay, you're not doing too well yourself either. You kind of were spewing up with your cryo sickness.
Okay, and then
But
what?
you can pull yourself up to go. I'm just saying, like, you're not just like happily gallivanting over there, right? You're like, oh, going over.
Yeah,
there.
he might need a medic, so that's why I'm making my
yeah.
way.
Yeah, no. You're right to do so. I was just
Not me. I don't need a medic. He does.
I was sharing with you and
No,
the
no.
viewers the
Yeah.
status, so they know what's going on, right? You're kind of in a bit
Yeah.
of a cryo sickness,
But Doc isn't really paying attention. He's like, "Oh, I have a patient."
right? That may be what kind of like snaps you out
Yeah.
of your own cryo sickness to be like, oh wait, I need to take care of someone.
Yeah, so as you come around the corner and see the other pods opening, you see Zid like feebly crawling along the floor. You can see that his elbows are buckling, his shoulder is like clicking, crunching in space. He looks up at you. There are tears running down his eyes. He looks drained. He looks up at you and he like cocks his head and he's like, Doc? Doc?
The doctor is in.
And then he just like spews. A couple of teeth come out.
Doc definitely moves out of the way of that. At least I try to.
Yeah. To your studied eye, it looks like Zid has been like forcefully ripped from cryostasis without notice, right? Without all of the proper checks being done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, could I do a check on him, see how he's doing?
Sure. Given that you know cryo tech systems, you would be able to do your med tech and kind of get a feel for what's going on and what's happening.
Roll or no roll?
Roll. Yeah.
Roll. Okay.
Yeah, so you've seen stuff like this before. You know that long-term exposure to cryo can have some side effects. At the same time, yanking someone from it instead of having a proper shutdown sequence can also have some side effects. And that's kind of what you're seeing here is an emergency forceful removal from cryo.
All right. Is there anything I can do with what I have on me?
No. Probably not. Except help him get to somewhere comfortable and rest, shake it off.
I'll bring him. Yeah, I'll bring him to where Seamus is.
Okay, yeah, you heard Seamus and Blackstone up front.
As it comes with you, like clinging to your shoulder, and you're like half carrying him, he is muttering under his breath, and he's like saying, "Are you still in there? Are you still there?" And he's trying to see if his passenger is still on board.
Still here. Very not.
All right. Yeah, he kind of got a bit scared there, but Yeah.
Focus
He'll
on
come along.
yourself. Your flesh needs to rest.
All right.
Yeah, she'd
So
be
Doc
more concerned with you.
holds Zid to where Blackstone and Seamus are. Is that right?
Mhm.
Cool. So yeah, you guys see Doc coming around the corner, and
I rush up
Ah.
to him and
Um,
I rush up to him and I take him under the other shoulder
yeah.
to try and get him to help more.
But I do want to mention, Seamus, after you do that, you look out the door you guys came in, because you heard a noise out there, and you see a phase face down in the doorway.
I see phase
Yes, phase, because he had came and opened the door for you.
in this one.
Yeah, he's right out there, face down. That's where your and Blackstone's bodies and Doc's bodies are out front here.
Yeah.
As well.
So my so here's the thing. My reaction to this is going to depend on how many of these guards I've been able to put down. So because Seamus has come and gotten his equipment, and then has gone through here and started.
You've gotten a few. After you hit the purge all and go back to the guards, none of them are breathing.
oh, nice.
None of the guards are breathing after you did the purge all.
All right.
Oh
Seamus
shit.
would make his way over to phase then. At that point.
Phase isn't breathing.
I'm already down there.
He's out cold. He's dead.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, so the
either
purge all
this
purged everybody. This is great.
Yeah.
Zip.
Either this is great or
GG.
this is really bad. But this might be our chance to.
Get out.
Oh shite. I may have ruined our distraction.
God damn it, Seamus.
What did you do?
I mean, we could get all these people and start herding them down the holes. All the wheeling ones, and that could be a distraction, but they're not just meat sacks that would be being gunned down anymore.
The alarm's still going off, by the way. You still hear
Yeah.
a subtle alarm.
So, hold on. You did something that borders on medical without coming
Look,
to
you
talk
know
to
how
me?
you were thinking to try to get out? I did that without messing up my brain to everyone.
Speaking of messing up my brain, I thought I remembered. I thought I knew how to use assault rifle, but I don't anymore.
I didn't transfer the skills from old to new
Oh.
character yet.
Oh, so they are here. Okay.
Yeah. And you
So
still
it's
have
like-
access to your old sheet as well.
So
I
just
do not. Have access. I only can see my new
You
character
do.
sheet.
Both tokens are there. The other ones are under the characters. Under actors. It's the little
Oh.
person icon. Actors. You should see Terminal Ghost and you should see Doc G2.
No, I see Terminal Ghost and Bag. And
Do you
that's
see
it.
a folder
that's
called
what's
Players?
Oh, sorry, there it is. Oh, when I rolled, that was my original character. not
Okay,
my new
that's
one.
that's
So
fine. You still passed, so that's good.
And
Yeah.
the original guy is what you're in.
Zid will see if he can access that computer that they were like at to see if he can get that alarm off. So he puts his elbow down on the desk and is like leaning real heavy on it,
Yeah.
and with his other hand is like it's like still wet, and he's like drifting his wet fingers over the keyboard and is trying to find the right key. Yeah.
You know, having just gotten a new PC, that really triggers me.
I'm trying, dude. I'm trying.
Yeah, you're able to do it. It's messy, but you're there. What are you looking for? Just to turn the alarm off?
Yeah, alarm. Yeah.
You don't see any details on that. It seems like this computer was solely connected for monitoring, handling, and dealing with the cryo systems.
Hey, Chooms.
However, you do see additional details on what the purge process does and has.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he's looking at it. I mean, he might remember it later, but he's like, I don't think that I can turn off alarm. And then he just like slumps on the chair.
Okay. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna try to do like some electronic security check and see if I can turn the damn alarm off.
That would be at a local alarm that you could turn off, not the whole complex alarm.
Really? Not even with
Unless
my
you get
skills?
unless you get to the root node of where it's controlled at. No.
Okay.
Like if you actually went to where the center point is, you could. But
I know
here,
where that
where
is.
it's an alarm broadcasting, you'd only be able to disable that one, not the center piece
All
from
right.
there. Does that make sense?
Kind of. I get it. Yeah. I mean, like that makes sense. Yeah. Sure.
You have an alarm system. You have the speakers that
Yeah.
give the noise, potentially light.
Yeah.
Then you actually have the device that triggers them, sends the signal
yeah.
to them to go.
Sure.
You could disable
Okay.
a speaker, as it were, but not the central piece from the speaker.
Okay. Would that be helpful if I disable the speakers? We wouldn't listen to the overseer all the time either.
Bonus.
Yeah, I mean, like the overseer wouldn't be able to talk either. So, I'll yeah, I mean, that's cool. I'd like to try that.
Sure.
Let me see if
You
my
roll.
stuff carried over. 6s. So just basic tech, or is it electronic security tech?
Probably electronic security would fit better.
Okay, no worries.
It is electronics.
Yeah, it's fine. Fuckers. Of course. Of course I would.
Yep.
Your hair standing up on end as you give yourself a little zap.
Okay. I just punch it and walk away. It's fine. That's all. Yep. Sounds good. You go to hell too.
So now instead of the alarm, you guys just hear this like noise as it's trying to, but it's been severely damaged.
I pull out my gun and I just put a shell into it. I just don't want to hear it anymore.
Okay.
Right.
Blackstone the Vengeful.
just so annoying.
So I imagine the bots are probably going to be on their way. If they're not already, quite soon. We should probably make like a tree and get out of here.
Sounds like a good idea.
Again, I guess we need to decide if we're going to use any of the people in the tanks as distractions. If anything, if we know anything about what's at the front gate, it might be rough to get through without something going on. And we know the caves are going to be rough.
So, as you guys are talking, from the other room where the speaker still exists, you still hear the alarm, and then you hear a friendly voice come on, your favorite voice in the whole world. I I would like to thank you all for your time here and just want to let you know the purge procedure has been activated. Power systems are shutting down, so is life support and all other functionality. Thank you all for being here. We hope you find your way to another life. System shutting down.
That sounds. And Seamus just runs out the door.
Mm-hmm. That just moved up our timeline. I just glare at Seamus. Just leave the tech stuff to the tech people.
Look, I did it, right? It worked. Can't help that Psycho's put a self-destruct sequence on it too. Seamus gets out the hallway and looks both ways, realizing that he doesn't exactly know where the exit is.
As soon as you run into the hall, you see one of the cleaner bots is there. And you see that it seems like something has bored a hole through it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Let's just hope that was one of the local residents before they were purged.
Yeah.
You could check it out, you could leave it alone, you could run the other way, whatever you guys want to do.
I think we should go look at it.
Well, I'm gonna leave the tech stuff to the tech guys.
Okay, that's fine. I got a gun. I can defend myself.
Do we
I'm so
still
sorry
have-
that you can't use guns. You're really like terrible with weapons, and your shit breaks all the time. At least your mouth doesn't break.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Seamus reaches up and like turns down his amplified hearing on the ear facing Blackstone.
Now, just sorry, I had two questions. One, my meat body, I get. Well, sorry, the body that I've been using for a while has a broken arm. Does the current body I have a broken arm?
No, because
Okay.
it was from the vat. Your
Right,
meat sack body had a broken arm.
right.
Your
And
cryo
the
body is perfectly fine.
cryo body is what I had before. Okay. The only thing different is the skills, which don't.
Correct. I didn't get
Okay.
a chance to move all the skills over.
Well, that's
Life
what I mean. Yeah.
has been
So the
fun.
only thing is the skill. Our memories are now in the new body, but the body's the same as it was before.
Skills
So
are
like-
in the mind, right? Because that's what controls it. So that is where all the skills were, is in your brain, which was the cryo body.
Okay. Now the equipment that we had, the gear.
Mhm.
Do we have access to that?
Yeah.
Do we have it? Do we have all of it, or like?
Yeah, your gear was left on you as you're stuck in the cryo chamber. They didn't even
No,
bother
sorry.
with that.
Sorry, no. The gear that we've acquired.
Oh, in the complex?
little-
Yeah, you can pick
yeah.
that up from your dead body. Except
Yeah,
for
I've
Zid.
I've already pulled that.
Zid would have
I've
to get
already
back to
pulled
his
that.
body for it.
So I can grab a bunch of that stuff
Mhm.
if I want it. Okay. But it's not. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got to send it to the right character. Someone already picked. There's the Maloran arms. Who was using that?
Oh, that's mine.
Did you
I already
pick
grabbed
it
it.
up? Oh, it's not. 'Cause I'm looking to trade. And the assault rifle. Did you take it?
That's
no,
mine.
That's Seamus's.
Fine.
You should have a
You have an energy caster.
on your body on
We
your
got you.
other character sheet.
On,
We got you a brand new energy caster.
Yeah, he
well,
has it.
no, because I was bringing out my shoulder arms. Oh, which is a shotgun. And the assault rifle. Is that a shoulder?
The assault rifle on single fire is shoulder arm.
Oh, right. Now I remember. Okay, so you want the energy hand cannon? Is that it? What you guys got me?
I think that's what
Oh,
They
it
have one of
is.
those.
no,
they
that's-
they got you the
no.
energy caster, which is the crossbow.
I don't see that on this.
It's on your
the
old
It's
bag.
on
character.
your doc
meat sack.
character sheet. Your doc G2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there a way I can send it over?
yeah,
Oh, there's a trade button.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I just wondered what the stuff that said in bag.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
If you get
All right, I'll
if you
pick
get
it
it,
up.
great. If not, I can always move it over. So don't worry about that part too much. All that stuff
Right.
can be handled during the conversion to chapter 2. That's why I wasn't too worried.
Okay, so I grabbed a bunch of stuff off my body.
Mhm.
Done. All right.
So yeah, the 3 of you can get the stuff off your body. Zid would have to go back to his body to get the stuff that's currently on his.
Yeah, I
old
don't think I'm
flesh
getting my
sack.
shit back.
Well, where is his body on this map? Just so.
I don't think my body is on the map.
Oh,
It's in a
okay.
pile of
It's in the
ash.
reactor room, if I'm not mistaken.
It's
Oh,
it's in the
okay,
AI
never mind.
core.
Never mind.
Yeah, we're not getting that. We're
Oh.
just not. No.
Sorry,
I mean,
Ziggy.
what did you have on you, anyways? I don't think you had that much.
Not,
He had a
not
pistol.
much.
He had a pistol. That's about it.
Not much.
Yeah, no, he
It's
didn't
not
even have a pistol
concerned.
on him. No, he didn't have a pistol on him because he hadn't even gotten the
Oh.
gear yet. Because he
Okay.
went and
Yeah,
did that.
I was in my work day. So
Yeah,
I had
you had your work clothes on, and that's it. So you literally lost nothing.
nothing.
GG.
All right, so yeah, this was all planned, totally. So like Zid's looking around. He hears his companions. He sees what's going on. He's like, all right, Chooms. Which way do we go?
I think I may be able to help you with that, actually.
Phase.
Yeah, I'm a little bit older here than I was there. A few decades in cryo can do that to you. So, if we exit and head out the main entrance, we can head all the way to the east. We'll have to bend around, and you'll see a door straight ahead. You want to take a left, a hall, and you'll pass a little cafeteria and snack area, and we head straight north out those doors. That's the most direct route to the exit.
You said it, Choom. And Zid starts hobbling in that direction.
Yeah, you notice that Phase is quite a bit older than what you thought he was.
Yeah.
I'll Seamus will try to help FaZe if he's wanting to leave. He'll kind of go like get him to throw an arm over his shoulder and kind of help support him for the moment at least.
Oh yeah, he's like, thank you, Seamus. This body's a little bit older and a little bit less mobile.
Assault rifle in one hand, FaZe in the other.
There you go.
Ha! Nice.
And you see an endless flow of people coming out. Blackstone, you'd mentioned checking the bot. Did you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
roll
we're,
a investigation.
Basic tech? Investigate. Okay. But there's a thing?
No, I'm saying, what should we have you roll for the investigation?
I would say basic tech.
I can see that. I can see electronic security tech or basic
Yeah,
tech, depending
I'll do
on
basic.
what aspect you want to do. Go ahead and roll a deduction while you're at it as well.
Let's do it. At least it's not a crit fail. Fuck me.
So it looks like there is an acidic compound boring itself through this unit, basically scrapping it. You're not even going to be able to probably reverse engineer it.
Okay.
So everything's shutting down. Everything's getting purged.
Yeah. So
Your deduction
can I
kind of gives
tell-
you the key that probably the purge procedure to make sure that just in case there was an invasion, that they could, or if there's critical failure, they could purge the whole thing and not leave a lot of evidence. You get a feeling that probably everything is getting scrubbed and shut down.
sounds good. My main concern, and I let everybody know, like, so I'm looking at this, and my main concern is that, like, that creature, I just want to make sure that creature didn't do this, as opposed to an internal, like a self-destruct sequence. I'm more concerned about keeping the body that I just found
Yeah.
than I am about these bots.
Well, what that does is that tells you that you probably have less concern about the bots than you thought you did, because they've all now just basically self-destructed.
All right.
Basically, don't let the enemy get your tech, right? Sort of conduct. And to life tech, everyone's an enemy, right? So you actually notice even your laser pistols and stuff that you got from here are not functioning. Something inside them has popped. It's basically burnt them out.
Cool.
We'll get someone to fix that. We know some.
You can try.
Yeah.
But that's something Blackstone would think about once he looks at the robot and he pulls his, the energy pistol out that he had, and he's like, that's not working. Energy cells, same thing.
Okay.
It's like something triggered them and they got corroded now.
Okay. All the energy shit doesn't work anymore. So if we're gonna bust out of here, we're gonna do it with standard issue weapons.
Did any of these guards have that when we were fighting them?
They had
Pretty
energy
sure they
weapons.
all had energy weapons.
Yep.
Right, we'll keep an eye out for a dumbbell for you, Doc, but I suggest we get moving.
Mm-hmm. So did we? So as a group, did we do what we wanted to do? Like, did we give everyone a fighting chance to GTFO, or should we try and help people? Come on, guys, let's get out of here. Life support going off. Let's move.
You
Why don't we
said there was
just
a
go?
stream of people coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's people filing out, so I think that we need to get moving before we get stuck in the crowd.
All right, sounds good.
Like, I'm sure that, some of them may have missed it due to cryo sickness, but I'm sure most of them probably heard the announcement that things are shutting down.
So what I want to do,
Basically everyone you see is in some degree of cryo sickness. So instead of a panic charge out, it's a panic shuffle out.
Well, I grab Sid if he still needs help.
He's starting to muster himself. But yeah, he'll be probably slower than normal, but he's normally pretty fast. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you don't move as fast as Doc does, then he's gonna pick you up.
yeah, no, he'll move as fast as Doc. He takes a few steps that are slower and then catches up with you, and yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so we're heading in that direction that old phase has.
old face.
He's actually using one of the office chairs as a walker, so he's going down the hall with this office chair, heading down the hall.
Right.
How old is FaZe actually? I'm just asking. FaZe, how old are you?
This body or me?
Yes, the body.
I believe it's probably in the range of 70 years old now.
Okay. How old are you?
Well, seeing as I've been in cryo for a few decades, I don't know the year, so
you're
maybe
you're at least
140 or so.
Okay. All right. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun last few years of life for you, man. I'm sorry.
Amazing that his brain's
Absolutely.
taken over. That's insane.
Better than staying here.
Absolutely.
All right. Shuffle,
Anyway.
shuffle, shuffle.
Shuffle along.
You do hear a few of them in the cryo room, no, why? Everything is ruined.
Keep moving.
And that's from back in the cryo room.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
All right.
you guys shuffle your way towards the exit, making yourselves slowly, ever so slowly, mobiling down the hall, heading for the exit. Anything else you guys want to say or do on your slow hobble out?
No, not me. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna meet some folks on our way out that are probably not
Yeah.
gonna want us to leave.
Yeah,
So-
mustering, like, saving the strength.
Yep.
Zid just, like, focuses on one foot in front of the other.
I think Seamus is staying close to whatever wall they're walking by. Like, he would be kind of here
Mm-hmm.
and kind of checking the corners before they just go running around. I think he's helping FaZe, so he may not be the first one checking the corners, but he's keeping close to whatever walls they're going to be turning like down.
Yeah.
Great idea.
So as you get to this junction, FaZe says to go north and then head back to the east around the corner.
Okay.
So you guys move
Man,
up
so long.
and head that way. So as you head down this hall, you get a sense of deja vu, Zid, as you recall a prayer you recently gave not far from this location. As you pass the snack joint here, you remember seeing that on the way to the door just north of you with your boss not long ago.
Okay.
A fateful day when you wrecked everyone's plans and created your own plans.
I screwed everything up. Oh, changed our whole timeline.
To be fair, at
Your
least
body
Zid
there?
and Seamus had a plan B for if this happened.
I'm very glad you guys had a plan B for that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good.
Hello, dog. Nice
Yeah.
to hear you, dog.
It's all good. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I promise. It's fine.
We love you, dog.
It's fine.
Well, the other
Let him
one,
drink.
the other
Just
one
let him
drinks, and
drink.
you don't ever hear him. He doesn't even activate the
Ah.
mic. And then that one comes in, and he just won't be quiet.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I get it.
And then he like drools on the floor because has so much water just all over his face. It's like,
It's lovely. All right. As Zid has this recollection and stuff, he will say, just as he walks, to no one in particular, he'll just say, "One thing is for sure, man. I do not want to remember everything I went through. I do and I do not want to remember."
certain excruciating pain.
If you ever want someone to talk to, I'll give you a discount on some therapy.
So you
We
guys
will see how things go.
head north as Doc, you convey with your associate, and FaZe points the way. You see the sign says exit. Main entrance. Bots only beyond this point.
Shemas, are you a bot? I'm pretty sure I am a bot.
I'm a bot.
I'm a botty.
Look, I'm a bot.
If you spell it right, we're all botties. It's just that's short for body.
So,
You know what, Seamus? If you can convince whoever you're going to talk to that bot is short for body, be my guest. That silver tongue of yours works wonders.
See, that's the
Well-
problem. It's not short for body. It's short for body.
Well,
I
you
can
wanna be
see I can
skeptical, we
see
are-
Blackstone's face having 404 written on it.
we're just organic robots, you know.
Orgies.
You do notice that the door's already opened, as some people had left in front of you since you guys were chatting there. And they're walking on up ahead towards down the hall towards this exit.
I look at my fellow escapees and I extend my arm and shall we?
Hey, watch your arm. Someone bats your arm out of their way as
I
they
elbow them
go
in the
by you.
face.
You guys played 76, right?
No.
Ish.
A little bit. You at least know of it.
Sure.
Oh, but
You know the Animal Gang?
Wait a minute. I thought the Animal Gang was was in Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. They're the bodybuilders.
Yeah, you were talking about you said Fallout 76.
No, I said 77. Cyberpunk
he
77.
said 76.
I did? Okay.
76, I'm not even
I
kidding.
meant 77. 2077.
Okay, yes.
Okay,
Totally
yeah.
different game, and yes, now that you mention it.
I'm doing
Okay.
That's
great.
just why I was like, huh? What? Anyway, go ahead.
2077, the Animal Gang, the big bodybuilder
Sure.
peoples.
Mhm.
Yeah, they love their cyberware. That's all muscle. That's the guy who walked by you just now, one of those guys.
Okay.
It's just like, poof, watch your arm. He's
That's all.
just trying to get through the exit, too. He's like, "What you say to me, boy?
Told you to piss off.
How about I piss
Hey,
on you?"
Blackstone.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Just
Never
ran
mind.
it in, man. All we have to do is get out. You don't want to be punched out on the way. Come on, just...
Okay. Okay.
Just that potty mouth of yours
Okay.
and leave
Thank
it
you
till
for
your
being the-
mother.
Thanks for being the voice of reason. I appreciate it.
I always
So-
count on Blackstone for trying to pick a fight.
We need a side review person.
Alright.
You're not even worth it. Fucks off. I don't think he has eyes in the back of his head. Should I interpret that for him?
No,
For you.
No, that's a good thing. No, that's a good
Okay,
thing.
let's continue on then, and maybe as your friend suggested, not try to pick fights that are unneeded, since we're close to the exit. That is, if you want to go find additional information about your parents, like you said.
Yes. Let's go
Yes.
find additional. I want to go find additional information.
Well, your name was tagged with a few others that have records at the Life Tech HQ. You might want to check there.
Yeah.
I would very much like to do so.
Let's move on then. And
Let's do
yes, continue on. You guys get to the exit. You see numerous of the combat bots. Just slumped. Probably not worth even bothering for salvage because they literally have spots that are like just acidic burn through. You guys seen AVP or any of the Alien movies? Their green acidic blood just like eats through the metal. It's almost like there was a sack of that inside these machines and it just popped and just started eating through, destroying anything of function, importance, and value.
Nice.
That's when you get a ping in your mind of remembering Zid.
I love pings in my mind.
No. There's a hit squad coming.
Yeah.
They're only a few days out. Are they going to see this exodus of people as friendly or hostile?
Sid doesn't care.
Something to be aware of. That's all.
Not right now, anyway. He might care a little bit later, but...
In a few hours when they start shooting everyone? No, it'll be more than that, but yeah. Sorry, the dog again, as the noise you probably heard.
Oh, it's fine.
Still good. Move on.
He's laying by the door and kicking it, so I'm trying to get him to lay down somewhere else. Go ahead and have some dialogue amongst you guys as you walk out while I deal with this.
Alright. So,
You share the fact that what's coming? You haven't yet, right?
I think that this is a good opportunity to do so. So yeah, as we get towards the exit, Zid's like remembering, he's having that sort of like ping in his mind, and he goes, "Oh, we should probably tell these people that they might want to spread out, because of course there is what we all know, the kill teams are coming, and they will sure to see any groups of mass people as extermination zones or something." He doesn't realize that no one else knows for sure that this is happening. So he just
I stop in my tracks, and is it in front of me or behind me?
Wherever.
Okay. So, I immediately like I stop and like I like reach up, like I grab Zid's arm, and I look at him, and I'm not blinking. I'm like, can you repeat that in more clarification terms for all of us? This is extremely important, and I need you to be very clear. Please tell
It's
us
very simple, Blackstone. He said kill teams are coming. Do you know what a kill team is?
I do. I need to know details, timelines. How much time do we have? I just got this body back, and I don't want to lose it again. So I need you to give me times.
He goes, I think that they said 3 days or something.
Okay, and how many days ago was this?
Between 1 and 3. No. I will not say.
About 3 days ago?
It goes, oh, earlier today, man, you did not get the memo.
And I give Zid the Batman slap.
Ow!
I left the memo in my other body.
First you grab my arm and then you hit me.
This is information that I could have used when you knew. Okay, all right, everybody, we have to
How am
move
I meant to know you don't know? Oh, God.
Because I don't have this information streamed into my consciousness from someone else like you do, apparently. Okay, everybody, let's move. Like, let's move with a purpose. Let's go. And I double time. Like, my pace quickens. Very, very good. We go now.
What's
I
Seamus
suggest if there's A hit squad coming that we don't stay with the group of everyone else.
Oh, that'll be interesting either way. You know, it's many miles from the complex to the nearest civilized area. I'm sure it'll be a cakewalk to walk for. But probably 3 months at least to get to the nearest city. I'm sure that'll be great. Do any of you have any nomad contacts?
I was
What are
gonna
you
ask the
worried
same
about?
thing.
You've already got wheels. Seamus points at his chair he's rolling around on
That's
and
not gonna
just
work
kind
in
of
the
laughs to
dirt.
himself.
One problem at a time, old man.
Okay, let's go.
Eventually, you guys get to these massive like blast doors. Like they are like a foot thick of solid steel.
Great.
They're open.
Even better.
The bots were working on something when someone caused them to malfunction and shut down.
Cool. I have to just double check something because it's been a long time. When he mentions nomads, and I might know some nomads. Depends where exactly we are, where they are at this time, but I might.
Well, if you are able to, that probably would be good, but you probably need to contact them first.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Zed, can your partner contact anybody on Doc's behalf?
Seamus, can you contact anyone on Doc's behalf?
I met your partner, sir.
I mean, I could do some yelling, but I'm not sure I have any expertise other than that in this moment.
I met your
Hey,
lady
Doc.
partner, sir.
Can you contact someone on Doc's behalf?
Brilliant.
And as this goes on, Blackstone loses more hair.
Fantastic.
I feel like his humanity is going down even more.
I'll book you in 1 week after we get back. Once I settle down, we'll have a therapy session.
Thank you.
Oh.
To be fair, the beta alanine from my drink is just starting to hit too, so that's not helpful.
Do we need to take a quick
No,
10-minute bio?
No, it's fine.
No, but I am
beta
asking
alanine-
because we're about the time we usually take about a 10-minute bio break. So that's why I'm asking you all if you want to take a quick bio
I'm
break.
fine.
I
Yeah.
think as we
sounds
go
good.
through these massive, several foot thick doors, it's probably an okay time to take a break.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what I
fine.
thought.
Break
So-
time's fine with me.
We're going to do 10 minutes and then we're going to see what kind of effect they have as they Fallout style step back out into the daylight, shield their eyes, and what do they see? We'll see you all in 10 minutes. Be sure to hang tight. find our Chooms here as they exit out of this door. How are you all feeling as you step out into the sun? You step out, the sun is starting to... See, at this point, it'd be starting to set a little bit. It's mid to late afternoon. So the sun is off to your right, glaring down on you as you step out of this large door. And your eyes are probably somewhat sensitive to this as you've not been in the sun for a while. How does this strike you all, getting to smell fresh, unrecycled air? Have the warm sun hit you on the face?
I cough a lot.
You should get that checked
boy.
out.
It's hard to breathe. Lots of dust.
Now, you've seen Doc always in the same outfits you guys have had. Well, Seamus has seen him in other stuff, and you guys see him now. If you guys get a good look at him, he's wearing essentially a tracksuit. Like leisure, where he has a tracksuit on and like a jacket, like a windbreaker jacket sort of thing. And he's wearing sunglasses, mirror shade, the mirror ones. That's what he's wearing now. So he's totally fine out here in the light.
Yeah, I'm squinting.
It's still a little bit bright because you've been underground with it, and so you haven't really, your eyes haven't seen, and it's still a bit intense. But yeah, the mirror shades make it so you're not like wincing from it.
He turns around and reflects the light into let's see, Blackstone's eyes, and he says,
Yeah.
"You should get someone to look at that cough later." Something wrong with your eyes too?
Hey, Paulie, you want to like get those mirror shades out of my fucking face?
He almost is oblivious to what you're saying, and he keeps on walking, looking around.
How does Zid and Seamus react stepping out, merging into this?
Seamus is likewise wearing mirror shades, and he just kind of like he closes his eyes and kind of throws his arms out and just basks in the sun for a minute, and then he realizes that he is like a pale Irishman, and starts to, like, it's not actually happening, but in his head he can feel his skin sizzling already. So he kind of puts his arms back down and just starts trying to move forward, thinking of something else.
Well done. Zid?
Yeah. The last rays of the sun's light beaming down upon Zed. He's got his hand in front of his face, and he's sort of cast his eyes towards the ground. The light is reflecting off three quite prominent neck rings that elongate and distort Zid's neck. And it's almost like for the first time that you're noticing this, because like we've just been like harrowed this whole time, and you certainly haven't seen them before until
Correct.
he came out of the bio tank. But as we step out into the light and the light reflects off these neck rings, you see that, and you also see how much he has tattooed, and he has tattooed a lot.
I take a look, and in the most sincere tone possible, I say it's nice to see the real you, my friend. How do you feel now that you have your full self back?
Zid falls upon his knees. And he bends down and he kisses the dirt. And he says, I don't know, man, how I feel. I don't know if I will know how I will feel for a long time yet. And he looks up and the sun's glinting in his eyes. And he says, but one thing I know, and that is that I am free.
Ding! You get a notification on your agent. We appreciate the services you have conducted for us. Funds have been transferred to your account. This will conclude our dealings for the time being.
Where did that come from?
Oh, he knows.
Oh,
I know
he
exactly where that came from.
I know he knows, and that's the reason why I'm asking him if he
He
would like to share
sold.
with his brother.
He
So-
sold his soul.
Remind me, like, so there's cred sticks in
Mhm.
Cyberpunk, right? Is there just a digital transfer you can do just on the fly to another person? Like,
There's
what's-
both, yeah. Cred sticks are basically, instead of carrying dollar bills, you can carry a cred stick that has credits.
And you don't need to be in range of a city or
So
like
you have that.
network or whatever for that
You got the notice on your agent,
on the
so you
agent.
don't have a cred stick that has that money.
But I have the agent.
But you know you have an account that they basically said they're going to put it in for you. So when you get to a bank or to an ATM, you get access. Then you have access to that money. So you know you don't have access to that money until you get back to Night City.
Alright.
But it's there. You now have some money that you can get a place to stay when you get back there, buy some gear, whatever. But you are going to have to get there to get it.
Actually, does the agent work? Over
Yeah.
there?
Yeah,
Oh,
mine's,
so we can
barely.
call someone.
yeah, mine's working right now.
It's
got
one bar, so it's very fickle.
Mhm.
So you have a feeling you can try, but it may not be very clear.
All right. Is there
You know how when you make those calls, you're like, this. I think we've
It's
all
working.
made,
It's not working well, but it's working.
yeah. I think we've all made one of those calls at some point, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do I know where we are? Roughly?
No,
No.
none of you
Does
know where
the-
you are. None of you have seen this before. And as you start looking around, I'm going to use Fallout because that's a good example. You know when you come out of the vault in Fallout 3, like that glare in your eyes as you come out, and then like you look around and you see that? What's around you? You guys played Fallout 3, you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the feeling that I kind of see as you guys come out here, right? And then you start looking around. But when you look out, what you see is a parking lot that has a number of vehicles that all have been abandoned. Looks like the vehicles have been sitting there for 30, 40 years. Just not being touched, wasting away. As though they were parked there, the people who used them went in and started working and never came back out to their cars.
Blackstone, you think you can hotwire one?
I think I could. Let me see what I can do.
There is an issue with that. Do you know what happens with gasoline if it's left sitting for 30 to 40 years?
It,
That's why we're hoping there's an electric one. No.
no, I mean vapor, like it like evaporates.
Some of it evaporates, others, yeah. If it's in a contained space, it can't exactly escape and evaporate.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
It rots.
rough stuff happens. And of course, oil does great when it's been sitting around for that long too.
Yeah, it's. I definitely would prefer not to try to hotwire a car, especially with sparks flying everywhere and all the possibilities of blowing us up now that we're out of here.
I mean, you could be lucky and get it to work, but you might need to if you really want to get it running, you know, you're going to have to get some additional stuff and do some maintenance.
How long would it take you to rebuild one? Right, probably longer than 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. I mean, we've got rations. We got ration sticks. We've got MREs, meal bars. We got stuff to last us probably a week. But
Doc, I want you to roll survival.
Sorry, me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that
terminal.
Faze here said we'd be walking for about 3 months.
He did.
That's a little longer than a week.
Oh no! I'm not saying that like we shouldn't try to get a car working. I'm just saying that like immediately right now trying to get a car working might be a little much.
That's good. Doc, with him talking about this, something comes to mind. Water.
Oh yes, the food does not include water.
Which is the most important thing for the human body.
As you're looking around at this dry, dusty area, water.
You know what? I want to go take a look. Probably, we need water. I need to find some water for us. Actually, do you think you could boost my agent signal?
Can try. That's what basic tech.
Yeah, you might be able to like jack it into a car.
Yeah, let's try. I mean, I'm not gonna start the engine, but I'm just gonna like see if there's a way to like use the battery to get something going. 23.
I think yes.
Some of the other people coming out of the complex are starting to look at the cars and stuff as well, trying to evaluate and make decisions. You see everyone's starting to kind of get into groups, differing sizes. Keep in mind, there were about 1,400.
Okay. It's a lot of people. Gotta find a water source. All these people are dead without water.
Yeah.
We just freed 1,400 people to die. To basically like thirst to death. Unless we get them water.
How big is this car park?
The lot is fairly large. Not 1,400 people large.
Yeah,
probably
would...
a couple hundred people large.
Yeah. So Zed would be not paying attention to the cars right now, and as people start to like look through, he is going to make his way towards where the road comes into the car lot, and he's going to make his way to the road. And depending if it's one way or if it's like a T or whatever, he's going to start like looking in the direction that it goes either way, and see what he can see.
The road looks to be abandoned and unmaintained.
Yeah, so it's potholey.
Yeah, and so there's a
dirt.
check-in booth, and there is a fence all the way around the complex entrance. And then there's that security booth and potholed, messed up road beyond.
Okay.
And it just goes.
Yeah, is the booth the tallest thing that Zid can see right now? He is going to go over there and he's going to try and climb on the roof.
Okay. Let's see, what's a good climbing check? I can see endurance.
Body?
Yeah. Athletics.
Sure.
I don't know if it'll affect anything, but if Blackstone is working with Doc to boost the agent, then Seamus will work with Zed to try to figure out the water situation.
Good. Good idea. Nice.
Got a 21
Yeah.
for athletics.
So you're able to clamber up on there.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to stand as tall as he can, and he's going to look in both directions. He also looks around the top of this booth to see if there's like a drainage thing for like any runoff.
Yeah, it's dry. There is a gutter there, but it's dry. You look out around, everything seems to be dry and parched.
Yeah.
You look back at the mountain behind you, it's just rock. It looks like whatever has happened has left this area kind of dry,
Desolate.
dusty, and desolate.
Yeah.
As you recall, a lot of America became that, except for the biozones that Biotechnica has started to regrow and plant and stuff.
Yeah. And I don't see any hazy glint off the surface from this standpoint that might suggest that there might be even a tiny body of water within my vision.
Hazy glint of heat rays and possibly mirage, yes. Of water, no.
Okay. So as he does this, he looks down at Seamus, who gave him a boost up here, and he would go, Seamus, I don't see anything that could help us right now. I see Desolus. That is not terribly surprising, but perhaps if we could get up the mountain a little. I don't know, but the road just goes on and on. Does not seem to be anything of interest to us.
Well, I know Doc and Blackstone are working on possibly, and Seamus, like, he can't really whisper it to Zid if Zid's still up on top, but he tries to say it quieter so it's maybe kind of lost to everyone else in the din of noise that's happening right now. Working on getting us out of here, but I don't know how hydrated those pods kept us, but I know that normally we should be able to go a wee bit without water.
2 or 3 days normally.
Not ideal, obviously, but not spotting water right in the vicinity, while not good, is not the worst thing either.
Does Sid or Blackstone, not Blackstone, does Sid or Seamus, being on or near this booth, see inside the booth to see if there might be like a radio or something like that inside of it?
Yeah, there's some basic radio equipment. It seems like it's probably more meant for localized, like into the complex.
Into the complex,
It's
yeah.
fairly old. It's not like a long range, but it is some basic radio equipment that you could probably try to salvage the booth for a few minor things.
Okay. So Zid would climb on down, and he would sort of see into the window as he does this, and he goes, Sheamus, there might be some possibilities in there. I am sure you saw that old CB, that we might be able to amplify or salvage to create some sort of radio, if there is anyone out here at all.
I think, Doc, I don't remember exactly. I think Doc might know some nomads somewhere. I don't know if they're here, but we could try. That might be why Doc is working to boost his agent. But
Well,
we might be able to work on that on the other end.
Okay, but if we leave this and walk away, that says to these other people that we are done with it. So I might just stay here, and you can tell Doc about it, just so that these parts don't find their way into someone else's pockets.
I don't know if I can be of much help with it, but what say we work on this on our end and let Doc and Blackstone do their thing. That way, if one doesn't work, we might have the option of the other.
Okay, so as it says, I have basic technology knowledge. I might be able to do something. Good idea, Sheamus. Let us work together on it.
Quick questions. In this short range, where the two of us and the two of them, would our agents possibly work that close of a range to communicate with each other?
It's not usually how they work is P2P like that. You could try to have Blackstone reconfigure them to do that.
Okay, well, yeah, I was just thinking just to know how they work in general, not, I don't know.
In general, they work like cell phones, right? They connect out
so
to it.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're just in the middle of nowhere.
Agents
so
are just
no
cell phones.
tower. Yeah, and there's cell towers are far away from here. So, all right, that's fine.
All right.
That's good enough. You remember in school, Zed, CB agent, devices like this, they do get installed in booths, but they're not exactly not mobile. You can actually install them in vehicles too. So you could probably actually pick this thing up and carry it.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't have power, but
All right. Well, I'll try the door and see if it's locked to the booth, or does it even have a door?
the door is there, but it looks like it had been damaged from 30 years of hanging there in
So it's gonna
dry, harsh weather. So you could probably pop it open fairly easily.
Yeah. All right. Well, Zid pops it open and he starts to take note of all of the parts that are here, and he looks around for a bag or whatever. We have all of our equipment, right? Though, so I have a bag, I suppose.
You have your bag.
So so he starts to have a look and he starts to gather the pieces together that he needs, and
There's a bunch of faded papers there that you can't really read the writing since it's been out in the baking sun. There's this, and that's about it. It's a very basic security booth, not a lot there. It's just meant for someone to sit there, be able to communicate to the base, the security guards, the gate if needed, and just make sure people are permitted in.
Yeah, as he's putting this in, he'll sort of turn to Blackstone and he'll engage him in conversation. But he's also keeping his eye out just in case there might be any lockboxes or anything in here. So he sort of like goes through things, he looks under things, looks behind things.
What's a good search check? Conceal reveal would probably be a good option.
Alrighty.
You're trying to kind of reveal what's there. So it's a little beyond perception. I could see perception, but I think that would be a little better.
21.
Yeah, so you're able to find, hidden on the floor back there is one little safe box. Safe or lockbox that you could potentially try to hack into. It's not even digital at all. It's old school analog. Spin the dials.
Ooh, I'm here for it. This is, Sid loves old tech. He loves new tech too, but he loves old tech.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been ages since you've seen one like something that old. You're like, hey, this is old.
Yeah, cool. All right. Let's maybe go over to the others before I try and
Sure.
see if they got anything.
Well, since
Seamus,
Doc is with Blackstone, and he's just staying there in case Blackstone needs any help. But he's thinking about the water situation. Scientifically speaking, does he have potentially have an idea on how to collect water in the desert, where to find it, like in this area, a dried riverbed, or how to collect condensation, any of that sort of thing? And then if he can create the plans and see if Blackstone can
I like what you're thinking.
come up with jury rig something.
I could see science, survival, education. Those are kind of the ones I could see doing.
All right, science with the focus in chemistry, so I figure that might help.
That's kind of why I went with those ones. They kind of would give you slightly different things, right?
Let's try the science. That's I figure education might be better, but science is his strong suit. So, oh, nice, 20.
Very nice.
Yeah. So you think... Thankfully, it's going to be dark soon, so you're not going to be losing as much water. Like, it's not like, 7 o'clock, you're not going to be dark in an hour, but you're probably, say, 5 o'clock at night right now. So, you're going to be losing light, you got a little bit of time, but you do know at night, it gets cooler, you're more likely to be able to get some humidity to try to capture. And you think with a bit of work, if you can get the pieces with the help of other technically inclined individual, you might be able to try to build essentially a dew collector, a moisture collector.
Okay, until I can know geographically where we are and where to find water. That's the immediate way of doing it.
The immediately area of finding it, is going to be improbable because the rocky desert conditions.
Yeah.
You don't know exactly where you're at, so you can't reference a map or something to try to figure that out. But you know where you're at. It's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, I think that's the best case with what I have, the information I have
However,
now.
you did just come from a place that has some water.
Oh, we could
If you
always
could
go
find
back
some
in.
containers.
Actually, now he's not that smart. He knows we need water, but he hasn't said it too much. So he's like, wait a minute.
I could see where
water
he's like
inside.
feeling kind of thirsty. He's like, hey guys, I'm going to go back in and grab a drink. Oh, wait.
Yeah. I'll be right back. See if you can boost the signal, or maybe I should wait. And this is probably where they're returning, so he's gonna see if Seamus will join him.
Sure. Yeah, so
Seamus.
before you do that, let's let Zid see if he gets the safe open, and then they would be showing back up.
What would you like me to roll for that one?
The thing to
Got
open a
pick lock?
safe.
Pick lock?
Maybe. I think that may be the best one. I'm trying to decide. I didn't see in their rules them saying what it would take to open that. Security, I guess, could work. Security tech. Lockpick, maybe. I could see either one of those two, I think, to do it.
Alright, we will do a pick lock. Oop. Oh.
Oh, fun.
Why on the access roll? Come on. Why?
Nat 1, -8, 6 total. Yeah, you're not able to get it. It's squeaky and not working well.
You did that in front of us?
In front of Seamus.
I'm doing it in front of Seamus.
Yeah. You do know
Seamus,
that. I think it came up in one session that Doc could pick locks too. I think.
I can too.
Oh, but
Seamus,
Seamus knows I can, so.
Seamus spits on each of his hands and rubs them together, and is like,
Don't waste
let-
water.
"Let me get a crack at that."
We all have pick lock. I bet. Does Blackstone have pick lock?
Yes, he does.
So all 4 of us do.
And then if you'll allow me to, Diamond X, I will try to pick the lock.
Sure. If we fail too many times, it gets permanently busted. And that's always fun.
16.
Is that... Check the DV.
I have a 6 in pick lock, by the way.
You know that I'm better at it than you.
I have a 10 in pick lock.
In theory, you're better at it than
In theory,
me.
yes.
Not in practice.
No.
Yeah.
In theory, I'm as good as Blackstone.
Yeah. In theory. Only in theory.
In practical, you're better at everything than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Including
absolutely.
you're probably better at surgery than me too.
Maybe.
You almost get it, Seamus, you think? But that last one's giving you trouble. You can't quite get that last.
Okay.
Easiest one.
I guess we're going to need to ask one of the other two to do this.
I guess
You know, it'd be nice to not have to initiate lockpick measuring contests.
Yeah. Well, too bad you failed. So now I got to come in and save the day.
Oh, hold on. Did you just? I see you just spit into your hands.
No, we're
mean,
in
you're
Yeah,
like a guard booth.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're still in there.
Yeah,
doing
they're at the
it.
guard
Okay,
booth.
good.
Yeah.
Doing
Yeah, I
this.
thought you were on your way back. Okay.
Yeah, so at this point, they come back, and you see them carrying the radio. And
Go ahead.
what are you going to say?
Oh, I didn't know if I was gonna pick the lock or not.
Not yet.
Okay.
And so they come back from the security booth carrying this, and you guys take it away from there. Doc, you had this thought for water, and Zid, you and Seamus come back with this radio and wondering if you should ask one of them to try to pick the lock.
Ah, Seamus, perfect timing. Come with me. He doesn't say anything else.
What if I need you to come with me?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that was easier than expected.
Oh, you remember you're the brains of this partnership.
Yeah, but Seamus is used to Doc at least being stubborn sometimes, especially when he
Yeah.
has like a something in his head that he wants to do. So Seamus is just like, all right. And he'll, I guess, take you over to the safe and
Maybe
kinda,
that was
like,
part of the meat bag issue.
motion it to you, or motion you to it,
Oh.
rather.
Okay.
You see nestled in the corner of this security booth, there's a safe cover on the floor over to the side, kind of hidden.
Okay, I didn't roll a 1.
That's good.
I did worse than you.
So he gets to the second tumbler
even
and
I
gets
got
stuck.
to the last one.
What? It's a little rusty. Let me try. Can I try one more time before?
If you want, the DV is gone up.
No,
That's fine. I'm gonna. He's in a mood. He's gonna try it again.
Do you want me to just go get Blackstone?
Yeah, go get him. Go.
okay. That's better.
Yeah, go get Blackstone.
So I can,
Quick.
so he can gloat at me. That's fine. Gloat away.
I imagine Seamus doesn't hear the safe open, and he goes and gets Blackstone.
Yeah.
Blackstone, Zid and I found a safe over there, and we didn't try to unlock it. That's not our expertise, but
Cool.
Doc did and couldn't do it.
Oh,
I
okay,
think
so
he needs
he
your
does,
help.
so he doesn't need map. Okay. Yep. Let's go see what Doofus did this time.
Oh, while he's gone, what's inside the safe?
So you pop it open. You see something that you've not seen in ages. There's some paper money in here.
What paper money? Is that actually of you still?
No.
Oh, then no. So it's a safe full of paper money?
Well, that was one of the things in it.
Yeah.
There's a set of keys for one of the vehicles and a handgun.
Does it look like a nice handgun, even though it's not my realm of
It looks decent quality.
use?
I mean, it doesn't look like another Malorian or anything, but it seems like a good pistol.
Sure. He leaves the money, takes the handgun, the keys. Is there any ammo?
Yeah.
He'll grab that as well and put it like on the desk, and and he starts looking around to see anything that he can science together to collect water.
Are you doing the Matt Damon? Are you doing the Martian?
More of a, I guess, MacGyver. Actually, you're
Let's
probably.
Yeah, it's the line from the movie.
I'm
gonna science the
It's
shit
been a
out of
while.
this.
Oh, science the shit out of this. Okay. Well, that's what he does.
There's really not anything like that here in the booth. There's a bunch of old papers and then what you just got.
I think that's probably about the time they come back. Is he's
Yeah.
going through everything.
So you see Seamus coming back with Blackstone.
All right, you big log. What'd you break this time?
Seamus, you show Zid,
Sorry.
or do you show Blackstone the safe?
I found some paper money over there. I found this handgun, some ammo, some keys, maybe a set of car keys. I don't know. You can tell me if the handgun's good. You guys can.
I just
Right,
stare
everyone.
at Seamus. I just stare at Seamus like
But I just had an idea.
you decided to waste my time with this shit. I'm doing something really, really important, and you're fucking with me like this. Don't waste my time again. And I turn around and I walk away.
Oh wait, Blackstone. Oh, hold on. These energy cells, and he pulls one out. Are they? can we use them to power stuff, or is it just the energy weapons?
I hold my hand out. Give them to me.
They're all dead, right?
Give them to me.
Oh, the energy
They,
cells?
they might have power in them still, but the connectors and stuff are corroded.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't think
the
these aren't any good.
energy cells from their weapons are corroded.
Yeah, no, they just stopped functioning because we shut everything down when we left the
Oh.
complex. Everything that's complex, like
All the complex base gear had
Yeah.
basically a kill switch in it.
Oh,
So,
even
none
their
of that
spare
stuff's
energy
anymore.
cells did.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
So
They went,
okay,
That was
I'm
yeah,
gonna,
they,
I'm
they,
gonna, I'm
they
gonna
went
turn around and walk away.
hardcore.
I'm gonna get
Oh.
back to what I was doing.
All right, Seamus, follow me. You two should stay together just in case. I don't trust all those people.
So
And he sort of
basically, the
pulls
handgun can be whatever handgun you want of a basic handgun, medium, heavy, very heavy, revolver.
Who's going to take it? Because I think Blackstone
I
left.
don't need one. I have 3.
Ammo? Need ammo?
I have lots of ammo. I have like 300 ammo.
Okay, so no, found nothing of really any use in
I
there.
mean, I'll take more. I'm the only one that can fire a weapon worth of shit.
I mean, more guns are better than less guns in this world, apparently. So
Okay, so
Actually, I take that back. Zid does have some handle on guns. That's fine. I'm not the only one that knows how to use a weapon. Just I know how to use it well.
Just barely. I think Seamus is better technically than Zid is.
Not according to what I saw inside the complex. He's not.
look, I'm like Doc. I'm better technically. I'm better on paper and in theory, just not always in practice.
That's very true.
The dice
I'm
just
more
don't
of a
like
bow
Seamus
guy.
in combat.
I'm more of a bow guy. And he pulls out a recurve bow out of his pack and he opens it up.
Now that's low tech.
Yeah. I mean, like, I look at Doc like, look around. Look around. What are you gonna use that thing on?
And he pulls out a couple of different arrows. I have uses for them. It's not always about damage. And he puts them back away and he folds it back up the bow and puts it away.
Are you planning to shoot something into the sky and magically have rain come down? That would be really, really helpful.
Well, it depends how long we're out here for. If you want me hunting something, you can hunt with a gun if you want, but it's probably quiet is always better. And
Alright.
he starts dragging Seamus back into the building.
Aye, Captain.
So, Blackstone, as you're saying this, you see Doc pulling Seamus back towards the complex entrance.
Okay.
There's still
Where are you two
people
going?
coming out, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Where are you two going?
I have an idea. You see if you can get the boost the agent. I have an idea.
Okay.
Trust me.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll go back to the car and do what I do.
Right.
Do I need to roll anything, or
So
do
you're
I
trying to
go
just
hang out?
get the signal boost on the
Yeah.
or a agent? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
basically
think
like
so.
a
That's
relay
probably.
tower.
Yeah, that's probably electronic security tech, right?
Mm-hmm. Actually, no.
Basic.
Did you guys tell us about the CB radio or no? I guess not.
I think Zid had it when
Yeah,
we came
it's in
back.
Sid's
is what
hands.
Diamond X said.
So, because he said he was carrying it back.
Oh, okay. I guess it's not. He didn't put it away or anything. And as he's walking in the building, was that a CB radio in his hands?
Yeah,
Is it-
Doc.
No, and
that's-
Seamus. No, he's saying that to Seamus as they're
Oh.
walking. Yeah, it's like it's just clued in. Wait a minute.
Doc was asking
Yeah, it
about what
is.
he has, yeah.
Does that work?
I don't know how a CB radio is actually going to be helpful.
Oh,
I mean,
Doc does.
between Blackstone and And Zid, it probably could. And your connections.
Okay.
Because if the agent doesn't work, if there's any nomads friendly to me in the area, I might be able to get a hold of them on the CB radio.
Okay. Alrighty.
But let's go inside first.
So let's have Blackstone roll a deduction.
Okay.
Deduction is a fun one to get you to see how logical and sound thinking someone is, right?
Okay.
So I kind of feel like I'm abusing it sometimes, but it's the only one that really strikes me as your character putting something together spontaneously, thinking, right?
Yeah.
You have a feeling that they have a point. Building an antenna for a CB radio to be able to connect is going to be easier than trying to build a relay tower for an agent. So one's going to take some basic crafting, one's going to take a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because one's technically built to be able to have an antenna attached to it and boost its signal, right? The other one's not. I don't know how much you guys know about those devices. That's why I'm trying to be somewhat...
What, CBs? I don't
Yeah.
really know anything about them. I mean, it's old tech. I mean, like me personally, I don't really know a whole lot, but like Blackstone really doesn't know a whole lot either because it's just such old tech.
Yeah, but you'd still understand technology and connectors and stuff like that.
That's fair. I mean, my basic tech is off the charts. It's really good. So, I mean, yeah, I could do that.
So yeah, basic
Actually,
tech can be used to basically jimmy rig field create a sort of antenna for this TV, whereas for the antenna for the signal booster for the agent, it would probably be more of a invention or fabrication.
Okay. So I'm going to roll my field expertise.
Okay.
And I'm going to choose the basic tech skill to tack on.
Sure.
Let's do it. Oh my god.
Crit!
Oh my god.
Crit! So you build a high quality antenna screwed into this CB and realize you are going to need some power, but luckily it takes a lower power draw than other things, and you're able to wire it up to the car and get just a little bit of battery from this that you're able to kick it on. And
You're welcome.
you have it on low and you kick it on and you hear, I am going to move over here. And then it powers back down. You know, if you leave it on too long and stuff, you draw other people's attention. So you're kind of probably like, it died. You know it works. You know you picked up a
just have to get
signal.
power to it.
You just know you need to find a good battery.
Mhm.
So you're building that. We'll jump over to Doc and Seamus going back into the complex.
Are there still people coming out, I guess?
Oh, yeah.
Do I know if there was any room nearby? It could have been a mess room or something that might have some containers of some kind.
You know that there was a snack room and a cafeteria eating room that wasn't too far from the main exit
I start
hall.
pulling.
Now, getting back from the entrance down that long hall corridor into the actual complex itself takes a bit, but then once you're in the complex, it's just a short ways down.
Okay, I don't say much. Because we're close to too many people, so I just drag them along.
Okay. Seamus, I don't think you know what Doc's plan is yet or what's going on.
Nope, I'm just following him.
Okay. once you guys get there.
Okay, now anyone in here?
Nope. Just dead bodies.
I'm looking for containers. Ideally, it'd be nice if I can find several that will fit into that will also be able to be put into my cryo pump. If I could put a few in that are safe to put in there, and then additional ones as well to carry around that have. Basically, I'm looking for stuff with lids.
How big is the Cyberpunk cryo pump?
I have no idea. Let me see.
It's one of those things I never had to consider that, and so I'm like, how does that work? What is that?
Because you gain one cryo.
Briefcase-sized device that consists of a body bag and a cybernetic or cryogenic fluid pump. It can be used to place a willing or unconscious person into cryogenic stasis for up to a week. So a cryopump is a briefcase-sized device. And it has your body bag and cryogenic fluid pump. And cryogenic
so I
fluids
guess
in there.
it's a pump with and then the bag.
Yeah.
So you have to still carry it around. So it's but the only reason I was thinking it because when I rolled up the character, what is this workspace like? His cryo pump is also used to cool drinks.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of something like that.
So what I'm thinking is
it's
basically you
feasible-
jimmy rig your cryo pump to have kind of like a liquid cooler for like a PC.
Yeah.
You kind of have a coil like that where it just goes back in the cryo pump where you have a slow use of it. So you put your drink in there and basically your briefcase.
I'm just trying to see if we do collect, if I can collect enough water. I want to put some in there, even if it's frozen or it's kept cold, but then still have additional ones that we can use just to. It was just an idea. If you don't think that'll work, then I'll just collect containers right now.
Either way's fine. I mean, it's kind of up to you. It's just the more evident it is, the more attractive.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, if it's too evident, now that I think about it, it's not.
People are still dealing with the cryo tank sickness, the cryo sickness. So a lot of them haven't really thought clearly yet. But you do know eventually they're going to start coming back in to raid anything of value from here.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to go on full, different groups fend for themselves, and it's probably going to go bad since no one's kind of taken leadership.
All right. If you think if it's too visible, then I'm not going to do it that way. I'm just going to collect some stuff, put it into our bags and stuff like that. And
Let me see. I'm going to pull up the
basically,
image.
I'm looking for a sink. I know there would be one in the bathroom,
Yeah.
but if there's not one here, then I'll look for a bathroom.
I'm popping the complex map up here locally for myself because I can zoom in easier to where you guys were going.
And also, if there's nobody in this room, I fill them in on my plan, what I'm doing.
Yeah. So right now there's no one in here other than a bunch of dead bodies and you and Seamus.
All right. I'm getting water. When people start realizing this, they're going to come back in here. There's very little water out there. Right now, if we're not found, we need as much as we can initially, and then I'll try to find someone we're out there. If the plan to get some help doesn't materialize, I'd rather collect the water now while we have a chance to.
Well, let's get what we can. You see, if we're found, if we're not careful, we're going to be found by people and bullets in a
Yes.
couple of days.
That's why I want to get out of here by tonight before it gets dark. We can move a little bit in the dark just to get away from the building itself and then start fresh in the morning.
I don't see a bag other than your medtech bag. Oh, you do have a carry-all. Okay.
Yes, I have a carry-all.
And
Do you have one,
Seamus.
Seamus?
Luckily, the gear stayed on your saved characters, so that's nice.
I don't think so.
I don't see much of gear on your character, Seamus. Did
Seamus
it
forgot to
not
do
save your gear?
No, I did gear. It might not have saved that. Pretty sure I did gear. Because I have a combat knife and a heavy pistol. And that's not from that's not from this.
Interesting. Because, yeah, I just reloaded it from the saved file. And it's showing everyone else's gear, just not yours. Which is weird.
Okay, does one of the dead bodies, do they have a carry-all?
Well, I was thinking he should have some sort of bag.
I have a carry-all.
You're not there is the
If you're talking
problem.
about inside, I'm not inside.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
be quiet now. Sorry.
Because I was pretty sure all of you had a carry-all, basically just a generic, bag. So we'll assume both of you have one.
Well,
that?
that's a good do the bodies have a carry-all of some kind?
No,
No. Okay.
because all the bodies, all the bodies
we're
are
seeing
the,
are meat sacks.
yeah, they're meat sacks.
They wouldn't have
Fondly referred to as meat sacks by everyone, so that kind of stuck.
Okay, so I start looking for containers to store water.
There is a kibble machine and a few drink machines, and there's a drink dispenser that has 2 plastic containers that could hold fluids.
Do they have lids?
Do you know you know that little ice drinks you can get at like gas stations and stuff? Like the slushy mixes, they're in that plastic box and it's just going, right? There's one of those machines has 2 containers that it's basically just ice with flavor added to make people feel better in the cafeteria.
Oh, okay. But are there containers to hold liquid?
Well, that's what I was saying. Like those you could potentially
those, yeah.
use to hold liquid because they are made to hold liquid, right? And then there's stuff in the drink machines, dispensers, right? Like the fountain drinks, there is
Fountain.
liquid storage in those too, like bags and stuff. Because there has to be a reservoir to hold it, right?
They're not syrup and add water, sort of thing.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, it's syrup. Okay, so
Well,
that'll
no,
take a while.
you can empty the syrup though and still use that same container
Yeah, I
because it
guess
is a liquid.
it'll take a while, but I guess that's
Yeah.
what I'll do. I'll start emptying out, washing out the syrup as best I can, and then filling it with liquid.
Sounds good.
Fill it with water. So I guess if there's however many drinks, I'll grab all the syrup bags.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't take too long, then I'll start working on the slushy machines, the ice machine, the ice drinks, whatever they are. And then if not, then we leave them, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are able to get a good bit of that. So you now have fairly well ladened. The only issue is something you're aware of. Luckily, you're fairly strong, but water weighs a bunch.
Yes.
So, now as we're getting close to our time, we're going to wrap a few things up. Once you guys have kind of staged yourself for Chapter 2. You're noticing your body feels stronger than your meat sack. So I need you all to spend an additional 8 points on your ability scores. You don't have to do it immediately, but you can do that. So you're going from...
Do we have a new maximum, or?
Yes. So what you currently have, you get 8 more points. You're going from 62 to 70.
What I mean is that at character creation, the maximum was 8.
No. Oh, for that. The max would be 10 now.
Thank you.
But it doesn't hurt to spread them around a little bit either, as you guys learned.
Just can we discuss this after the stream?
Yes, you can.
I can understand. Yeah.
I am
probably questions. Yeah.
I'm putting it out there now so viewers will know when we come back. If they're like, well,
right.
that's not what he had for ability score. No. It's, you guys got a bump. So you went from 62 to 70 points for your ability scores.
Okay. Awesome.
And so we can recalculate if need be things as well. You have improvement points you can spend to help boost your characters. And then we can come up with some ideas of what you want to do for, salvage equipment, or I like where you're going with trying to build a water collector. That's a good idea. You guys now have secured that you guys do have a bit of water for your trip and a little bit of food. It's going to give you a few days' supplies, but not months, right? So still, when we start Chapter 2, you guys are going to need to be concerned with the acquisition of food and water. And location. Can we wrap up? How do you guys feel? How do you guys like it? I think this is a good place to start Chapter 2, where you guys are collecting your gear, you're getting prepped, you got to figure out your vehicle situation, maybe make phone calls to get help, and head out for Night City.
I mean, we got out. We accomplished our mission, quote unquote. I'm very pleased with this being the end of Chapter 1. I mean, it's like, so you were making the reference to Fallout. This is like, so getting out of the vault is the end of the tutorial, quote unquote. So this makes sense.
Zid is standing on the edge of the car park, and he's looking towards the mountain. And people are gathering around the cars and trying to loot them. People are gathering around the booth. He's looking out towards the mountain. And he sort of looks back once at his companions and everyone gathering. Says to himself, he says, Shelterman is the next thing to worry about. The others seem to have everything else in order. I do not wish to be right at this car park for much longer. As soon as I can get out of here, I will. As he sort of looks out towards that mountain, it becomes the mount of everything that he has to overcome still in his life. And I think that's how he feels. Like he's got everything else behind him, and now he's looking to the mountain of everything to come.
Seamus is helping Doc gather these liquids and water and anything they can find to keep them hydrated. And through all of it, being back in his body, he's thinking more and more about his sister, and thinking about when he had his arm blown off, and realizing how close to not death that he came. He was close to death for sure, but that's not what concerns him. He was close to the point of not being able to find and potentially rescue his sister. And he vows to himself that won't happen again. That he will find and rescue his sister, no matter who he has to use or finesse or lie to or manipulate. He will find and get his sister back.
How do we find? Yep.
Doc is thinking of right now. He has to keep 3 of them alive through any means necessary. He has. That's why he's making sure they, supplies, shelter, like water, shelter, and then finding some semblance of civilization, some help through friends or something. He has to keep them alive. That's his only focus right now. He knows he can't save everybody here. That's why he's just trying to focus on the 3 of them and not think about anyone else.
All right. And that's where we will wrap it for Chapter 1, as our lovely team prepares for the long trek over the barren wastes, get to Night City. That's going to be Chapter 2. It's going to be this long journey from the complex and how they make it. Do they get hit squads after them? Is Life Tech going to send people out to try to reclaim them or to, pay them back for what they've done? How much does Life Tech know? Are they going to have friendly or hostile nomads? Are they going to have, weather conditions to deal with? It's going to be crazy. We'll be taking a slight hiatus to get Chapter 2 prepped and ready, so be sure to check out the Discord and stay tuned for announcements when we start Chapter 2. Thank you all for joining us. I do hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed. We'll catch you guys next time. Enjoy the story.